Chris Wallace, the principal here at Pickens High School. Please join me in welcoming to the podium the class of 2018 Senior Class Secretary, Luke Collis, to give our invocation.
Good morning. I am Luke Collis, and let me find it. Wrong one. Okay. Good morning, everyone. My name is Luke Collis, and I'm the Senior Class Secretary, and I am honored to be the one leading us in prayer. At this time, if you would, bow your head. Dear Heavenly Father, we gather before you on this beautiful Saturday morning to honor the class of 2018. Today is our graduation, the end of our high school journey. We come together today to reflect on these wholesome 4 years we've had here at PHS. We give you thanks for the help you've provided for us, for our teachers, families, and friends who have provided us with the resources to shape us into the young adults we are today. We pray for your guidance in the next part of our lives. We ask for your help to keep us true to our dreams and to use our gifts in your name. With your direction, we will walk into our futures with faith, hope, and love. In your name we pray, amen. And please stand for the national anthem.
On behalf of the faculty, staff, and students of Pickens High School, I would like to welcome you to the graduation exercise for the class of 2018. At this time, I would like to recognize the following individuals. Please stand when I call your name. Audience, please hold your applause to the end. Pickens County School Superintendent Dr. Carlton Wilson, Pickens County Board of Education, Mr. Daniel Bell, Chairman, Ms. Delane Lewis, Vice Chair, Ms. Sue Finley, Mr. Byron Long, Ms. Catherine White, Assistant Superintendent, Mr. Tony Young, Chief Student Development Officer, Ms. Jill Liberator, Chief Human Resource Officer, Ms. Sandy Lehman, Chief Technology Officer, Mr. Patrick Shea, Director of Elementary and Middle Curriculum, Ms. Dana Burton, Director of Special Education Services, Ms. Christy Bone, Director of Student Services, Ms. Shelley Cantrell, Director of Federal Programs, Ms. Sunita Holloway, Principals, Mr. Corey Pittman, Mr. Corey Thompson, Harmony Elementary, Ms. Jennifer Halco, Hill City Elementary, Dr. David Wilds, Jasper Elementary, Ms. Stephanie Hall, Tate Elementary, Ms. Anita Walker, Jasper Middle School, and Ms. Penny Fowler, Pickens County Middle School. Please give these individuals a round of applause for the hard work they put in each day for our students here in Pickens County. Pickens High School faculty and staff, please stand at this time to be recognized. Please join me in giving these individuals a round of applause for their service and dedication to our students. The next group of individuals that I will recognize are those who have decided to selflessly serve in the United States Armed Forces. This honorable commitment should be recognized and commended by each one of us who enjoy the freedoms that men and women sacrifice for and defend each and every day around the globe. Students, please stand when I call your name. Bradley Fowler. Will Giambra. Seth Goss. Kaylin Kincaid. Christian Lord. Joseph Massey. Chase Millsap. Ireland Reynolds. Devin Self. Bryce Skillington. Jacob Thompson. And Larkin Wilson. Please join me in honoring these students. Now I would like to recognize the following students who have 4-year perfect attendance. Mackenzie Hampton and Leonardo Valdivinos. At this time, I would like to introduce Miss Emily Gibson, Vice President of the class of 2018, who will come forward to introduce the guest speaker chosen by the senior class.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Emily Gibson, and I'm the Vice President of the senior class. Today, I'm honored to announce this year's class speaker. He graduated from Pickens High in 1985, attended Kennesaw State University, and Walden University, where he obtained his master's degree in curriculum instruction and assessment. He has been recognized as Teacher of the Year, been a nominee for Star Teacher multiple times, and was actually the Pickens County Star Teacher in 2009. He is a writer for the Pickens County Progress as well as the Georgia Backroads magazines, and he has been with Pickens County School System for 23 years. He starred in several drama productions, but don't let him fool you, he can bust a move if you turn on Footloose. He loves cats, being outdoors, reading and writing. He is always there for his fellow teachers and is highly respected by them as well as his students, for he has the heart of a true dragon. He is a PHS yearbook advisor, and if you went to JMS, you have known him since 8th grade. Always having a positive attitude and a great sense of humor, our class speaker makes his class a unique experience. He's not the teacher that wants you to be somebody that you're not. He gets to know you in a way that shows that he cares for each one of his students, no matter their situation. He is very encouraging and uplifting and always gives the best advice. He once told me, "You don't know what lies ahead, but God does, so put your trust in him and you will find your way." The best part is, I know he believes this about all of his students. In the time I've known him, this man has earned my trust and respect. He has taught me that confidence is key and to never give up. He believes there is not a single person like you because you are made the way you are for a reason. With every lesson, he has inspired us to follow our dreams, even if that does include trying to find Bigfoot. Even though I've never seen a Sasquatch, please welcome our 2018 graduation speaker, Mr. Dwayne Keith Petty.
Thank you, Emily. Good morning and welcome to family and friends, community members and students, educators. Good morning to you, class of 2018. This is your day. You've worked long and hard to see this day, and you hold within you 13 years of memories that accompany your work. You've relished kindergarten naps, you've endured playground scuffles, you've nurtured cherished friendships, you've suffered algebra-induced headaches, you've wondered if this day would ever come. But the bottom line is that you are here and your achievements are well regarded. I can tell you that writing an address to a graduating class is not an easy task. And this is particularly true in the shadow of last year's commencement speaker, Mr. Rodney Martin. He's created somewhat of a legacy with his speech, and so I feel a bit like Kanye West trying to follow Martin Luther King Jr. Yesterday afternoon after I left here, I got out, and my therapy stress release is to work in the yard, so I got out and pulled weeds and thought things over, and keep in mind that I said pulled weeds. And I realized that my speech has to stand on its own and take a life of its own, or death, whatever it may be. In all seriousness, let me say first that I am deeply appreciative to be chosen by the class of 2018 as their commencement speaker. The class of 2018 has so many wonderful young men and young women in it, and I taught possibly close to half of them when they were in 8th grade at JMS. As a teacher, I feel that the greatest recognition an educator can receive comes from students, because all the recognition in the world comes to nothing if our focal point is not our students. Thus, the task before me this morning is a true honor, as my hope rests in having served my students well. What is it, however, that calls a person to serve students? Undoubtedly, every educator here has a reason for becoming an educator. My reason was that after not initially attending college after high school, I wound up in a dead-end job. And I did not want that for other young people. I desire to see them succeed, and what fosters this desire but love? When I first started teaching almost a quarter century ago, I did not realize that I would love my students as I do. I found, however, that teaching in the classroom is not just about academia. It's about having a vested interest and concern in students' lives, from what they are learning to their physical and emotional well-being. College doesn't prepare educators for that. Only the human heart can derive such capacity, and that is where I stand today in the light of love. And that is where you stand today, Pickens High School class of 2018, in the light of love. For it is love that has brought you this far in your journey. The love of parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, siblings, cousins, friends, educators, and countless others that have helped you reach this way station to your destination. It is that love on which prayers and hopes are born. And with that behind you, you cannot fail. Not failing doesn't mean that you're going to get everything that you want in life. It doesn't mean that you're not going to struggle. It doesn't mean that you're not going to have setbacks. It doesn't mean that you will be rich and famous. What it does mean is that you've been given a most precious gift. Don't get me wrong, education is highly important. Hard work is highly important. The combination of the two changed my life for the better, but love is a force that never fails. Thus, you have been given this gift that assures you when any adversity comes along in your lives, you have the substance, the ingenuity, the tact, the strength, the endurance, and the resilience to emerge on the other side of that adversity victoriously. And it means that you have the seed within you to pass it along to others. There's a young man that sits in the graduating class today, and he once told me that he believes we've been placed on this earth to help one another and to love one another. And I don't think that there's a better explanation. In every aspect of life, we must attempt to consider our fellow men and our fellow women. And I say attempt because human nature does not always allow for the best in us, yet we must strive. So this is your challenge, Pickens class of 2018. As a firm believer in hard work and education, I challenge you to pursue your ambitions beyond the halls of Pickens High. All of you are intelligent in some way, whether it's the ability to write a flawless essay, to play a musical instrument, to apply carpentry skills, or to rebuild an automobile engine. You all have talents and skills. So I challenge you to dream, to plan, to learn, to apply, to create, to build, to thrive, and to prosper. In doing so, however, I also give you the greater challenge. Remember where you came from. Stay humble. Keep your hearts open. And most importantly, consider your fellow men and women. The admonition to rise to this challenge might best be elicited with a reminder from Edward Bickerstaff's A Treatise on Prayer. There, but for the grace of God, go I. For whether people choose to believe or not, or whether people are offended at the mention of a name, the love within us and the love that has brought you to this day The love that allows us to gather in this place at this commencement of your lives beyond high school is the love of the Creator, the same love with which He gave the ultimate sacrifice of His Son. Take with you this challenge to always consider and help others, Pickens High School class of 2018, as you walk into life and find your way. Let the seed planted within you grow and plant a seed in others, and know in your hearts that you are loved.
Thank you, Mr. Petty. At this time, I would like to introduce Mr. Nicholas DiPuma, the Salutatorian for the class of 2018, to deliver our salutatory address.
Thank you. Going into this speech, I asked myself, why me? Second best, number 2. The guy who was almost there, but not quite. Surely the salutatorian speech means something, I thought, because it doesn't quite make sense that I would be giving one. After all, I'm not the best there is academically, and thusly do not possess the most wisdom to pass on to you, my peers. So, what's the purpose? Why number 2? I thought about it. I pondered why someone other than the very best was allowed to put forth their thoughts and feelings. After a while, I came to this conclusion. I think it's a message. We, as kids, tend to put ourselves down because we overvalue being the best, the brightest, the most popular. We lose sight of the fact that there is sometimes beauty in being number 2, because you get to stand aside and see someone probably more deserving than you rise up to great heights. I find that opportunity to stand aside to be incredibly valuable. There is value too in 3rd, or 10th, or 200th, or 1 billionth. I believe there is value in all of us, regardless of our ranking on the grand scale of who is the best at this thing. I realized my duty as the salutatorian is this. I am here to say to you that every voice matters, that every voice, no matter their rank, has worth. I am thankful that I have the opportunity to express this opinion to you, my friends of 13 years. I have for you a question to ask yourselves each and every day from this point on. A question that will hopefully serve to motivate you as you navigate through life and find the value that exists inside you. What will you say? As you journey through life, as you meet people, as you do things you love, as you do things you don't, what will you say? As you grow up out there in the world, what will you say? Now, I cannot offer advice from the position of an experienced adult, but I can take my time on the soapbox to express my gratitude to the people who have helped to get me here. To the teachers, administrators, and everyone who works within the school system, thank you. You give up more than us kids could ever possibly comprehend, and simply because you believe you can make a difference in the world. Because you believe in us. It is my opinion that there is no nobler cause in this world than teaching. We will make you proud. I am thankful to have in my life a family who supports me in all I do and who never ceases to amaze me in their wisdom and patience. Thank you for being with me now and always. I turn last to my peers. What an incredible group of people to grow up alongside. There's no answer to the question of where I would be had all of you not been in my life. For the time I have spent with you has served to shape me into the person I am today. I thank you all for tolerating me at my best and at my worst, at my loudest and at my quietest, at my loneliest and at my most friendliest. I wish I could adequately repay you for the impact you have all had on my life. I offer you the most sincere, heartfelt wish of good luck I can provide. May you have great success. May your lives be happy, your days long, your friendships longer, and may people be there for you in your darkest times as you were for me. Here, in my last moments at PHS, I have something to say. If these final words are the only ones by which I am remembered, I will be satisfied. When I began writing this speech, I asked myself why. I answered that question, and then ask myself, what? What will I say? And to all of the people assembled here today, and to anyone who may be listening after, this is my answer. No matter where you are, the people who raised you up in life will be there. That part of themselves that they gave up to you becomes a part of you and will stay a part of you no matter where you may go. I leave here today carrying hundreds of pieces of hundreds of people. People who will never leave me, no matter how far apart we may become. We are bound by friendship. We are bound by love. And most importantly, we are bound forever from this day by the title, Graduate of the Pickens High School Class of 2018. Thank you.
At this time, I would like to ask our valedictorian, Hannah Ballard, to come deliver our valedictory address.
Good morning. My name is Hannah Ballard, and I have the honor of being valedictorian of the best class, the class of 2018. This is actually the 6th Pickens High School graduation I have attended, so I've heard a lot of speeches. Some made me laugh, some made me cry, like Mr. Petty would almost made me. And the really good ones made me do both. So when it came time for me to write this speech, I tried to think of what made these really good speeches so great. They truly recounted heartfelt memories of their high school years while imparting maybe just a smidge of wisdom to the class, and I'm going to try my best to live up to some of these great speeches. As for wisdom, I could think of no better source than the faculty of our Pickens High School, and I apologize to them in advance for taking credit for all their best ideas. If you ask anyone in band, Michael Oob has one major motto: early is on time is late, and late is never acceptable. It's etched into every band member's brain. While I, more than most, need to take this advice to heart, as witnessed by Mr. Oob himself with my daily sprints to class through the band room at 8:09 a.m., and I was also a little late this morning, it truly is useful advice. In any class, internship, or job you will take in the future, being early and punctual will be key to success. So thank you, Mr. Oob, for attempting to give me some advice to get me to school on time, unsuccessful. Another of my favorite teachers here at PHS also had a signature quote. My star teacher, and to no one's surprise, teacher of the year, Lynn Cantrell, always says, life's all about choices. While normally this was directed at a student who didn't do their homework and received a bad grade, it is also applied to life itself. Clearly, we've made some wise choices to get to this point. We're graduating, and to quote Elle Woods from Legally Blonde, we did it. We pushed through tough times and worked extremely hard. For the most part, we've made the right choices. Unfortunately, we have more tough decisions to make. As we move on from Pickens High School, our lives will be defined by our choices. Every single day, we will choose which direction our lives are going to go. So decide every single day to make your life and the world around you a better place. Now, I have a whole host of people to thank, so please bear with me. It truly does take a village to raise a child. All of these people have stood by me for the past 18 years, and I would not be where I am today without them. Firstly, and most importantly, I need to thank my mom. She did, as she always reminds me, give birth to me, and I'm extremely grateful. Next, I need to thank my mom's partner, Martha. To my counselor, Ms. Harrell's dismay, she called the school every single year to make sure my schedule was absolutely perfect. These two ladies have stood by me every single day. They drove me around to all of my many activities, and they gave me all the love and encouragement I could ever need. I also need to thank my dad for providing me with unique opportunities and giving me the drive to pursue my dreams. I would have never thought I could attend an Ivy League university without his constant support. My sister Sarah has been there for me as a shoulder to cry on, and she listens to me no matter how long I rant. My friends who I made here at Pickens High School, and I've had some of the best times and the most fun during these 4 years. I would have never gotten through high school, gotten into college, or honestly have written this speech without them. Beth, Sierra, Hannah, you all mean the world to me, and I'm so glad we've maintained our friendships after y'all graduated. I also need to thank all the teachers here in Pickens County. They have given us all the love and encouragement that have gotten us here. I wouldn't be here without them. I don't think any of us would be here without them. So just thank you. Finally, I need to thank my peers, the class of 2018. We have stood next to each other. From football games to shenanigans in the back parking lot, high school has been a blast. But we are now moving forward to college, the workforce, trade school. The next chapter in our lives is beginning. However, the bonds we've made here will last forever, and we will always cherish the memories made at Pickens High School. Thank you.
Thank you, Hannah. Dr. Wilson, Superintendent of Schools, honorable members of the Pickens County Board of Education, county office officials, parents, and guests. The faculty of Pickens High School and I confirm that these students receiving the diploma today, which are gathered and assembled here this morning on May 26, 2018, have completed all requirements for high school set forth by the state of Georgia and the Pickens County Board of Education, and they are all qualified to participate in this graduation exercise. At this time, I would like to ask our valedictorian and star student, Hannah Grace Ballard, to come forward and receive her diploma from Superintendent Dr. Carlton Wilson. Our salutatorian, Nicholas Andrew DiPuma. Our senior class president, Jacey Caitlin Moss. Our senior class vice president, Emily Marie Gibson. Our senior class secretary, Luke Daniel Collis. Our senior class treasurer, Acacia Jim Worley. At this time, I would like to ask PHS Senior Class President Jacey Moss to come forward and call out the names for the class of 2018 and award their diplomas.
Dalton Lee Abbott. Madeline Delaney Adams. Kayla Abigail Aguilar. Isaac Nathaniel Albrecht. Autumn Nicole Andrews. Summer Nicole Andrews. Joseph Anthony Angela Santi. Richard Bryce Atkins. Lauren Elizabeth Austin. Kendall Ashley Avery. Peyton Melaine Avery. Shannon Kate Barton. Christopher John Bell. Lindsay Claudia Bennett. Aaron James Blackwell. Sierra Lynn Biggins. Dina Autumn Bowling. Amber Renee Boren. Zachary Ray Boston. Rebecca Helen Bork. Matthew Paul Bradley. Gage Christian Bray Cosper. Jacob Cade Brumby. Zoe Alexis Bryant. Austin Hunter Bryson. Lexi Ann Rose Buckner. Austin Parker Bufford. Casey Alexandria Burdett. Matthew Roy Burrell. Kaylin Alyssa Bush. James Michael Bird. Macy Breha Bird. Cheyenne Grace Cagle. Joshua David Kane. Cody David Cantrell. Kayla Brooke Cantrell. George Spencer Carlton. Cody Ann Castleberry. Nicholas Cole Colley. Shay Taylor Chadwick. Logan Steve Cheatham. Madeline Alexandria Childers. Mindy Lane Childers. Spencer Andrew Childers. Alexander Mitchell Clack. Elizabeth Marie Cohen. Daniel Michael Collins. Leah Miranda Collis. Shelby Marquita Cook. Noah David Coriel. Alyssa Rose Couture. Christopher Michael Couture. Ashley Danielle Cox. Ashley Jordan Craig. Wyatt Lee Cresswell. Anna Victoria Crow. Dalton James Crow. Tori Lynn Quindette. Sarah Elizabeth Curtis. Callie Stacy Dash. Jasmine Nicole Davis. Desiree Aurelia Dean. Cassie Elena Dean. Faith Olivia DeMint. William Grady Denny. Max Dianellos. Eric David Dingman. Melody Ashlyn Dowland. Rodolphe Bertrand Drolet III. Tristan Philip Duckett. Colby Scott Edmondson. Hannah Caitlin Edmondson. Jared Charles Edwards. Justin Shane Edwards. Brianna Michelle Elliott. Austin Dean Estes. Katie Lynette Eubanks. John Paul Michaels Batts. Kaylin Elizabeth Ferguson. Casey Elaine Ferguson. Joseph Henry Ferguson III. Eleanor Wendelin Finney. Lauren Elizabeth Finney. Bradley Michael Fowler. Hunter Clark Fowler. Jace Devin Franklin. John Dylan Fuquay. Brittany Kristen Gaddis. Macy Erin Lee Gallagher. Chase Martin Garland. Will Stephen Giambra. Noah James Gibson. Sarah Angela Gitzinger. Seth Brenton Godfrey. Joseph Zachary Gossett. Blue River Goodman. Morgan Taylor Goodnow. Seth Daniel Goss. Bodhisattva Sebastian Griffiths. Dawson Lane Havecock. Mackenzie Leasia Hampton. Bailey Jane Tanks. Kason Gregory Hardy. Chandler Ryan Harrington. Haley Diane Harris. Elizabeth Renee Howitt. Tevis Glenn Hawkins. Lucas Cole Hedrick. Casey Shane Heath.
There you go! You do it! Look at him go!
Alexandria Shea Hefner. Miguel Angel Hernandez. Morgan Taylor Hicks. Rebecca Morgan Hightower. Jackson Collier Hodge. Joseph Michael Hollingshed. Kenyon Amari Laquan Cooks. Reagan Alexander Hosbach. Garrett Dylan Huffman. Haley McKenna Holsey. Cole Anthony Hutchison. Grace Noel Hudson. Shauna Nadine Hyder. Olivia Malie Jacobs. Jamie Caitlin James. Avante Daytone Johnson. Evan Thomas Jones. Jorge Juarez Lopez. Joseph Michael Kanawata. Madison Marie Kanawata. Zachary Mark Kelly. Christopher Cole Kendrick. Robert Michael Kidd. Kaylin Marie Kincaid. Caleb Donovan Lambert. Deanna Marie LaSalle. Andrea Michelle Lane. Alexis Jane Long. Dylan Riley Long. Christian Stephen Lord. Amy Danielle Loudermilk. Dalton James Lowry. Austin Jacob Loomis. Halim Ibrahim Lumsden. Edward Halliburton Lund III. Stephen Grant Malachek. Zachary Paul Martin. Zoe Lynn Martin. Whitney Anne-Marie Martinez. Adam Lee Massey. Joseph Adam Massey. Ariana Mata. John Clayt MacArthur. Kara Michelle McClure. Haley Brooke McCrink. Aubrey Olivia McDarris. Stephen Raymond McDonald Jr. Caitlin Elizabeth McDowell. Colby Bryson McDowell. Dennis Arlen McHale III. Catherine Elizabeth Mills. Wallene Rachel Mock Blair. Alvaro Daniel Montoya Rios. Mason Seth Moore. Olivia Lambert Moore. Luis Alexis Morales Hernandez. Connor David Moranos. Victor Moyarico. Brittany Adelia Neese. Brian Travis Neighbors. Dylan Hunter Nelson. Greta Elizabeth Nichols. Brent Douglas Paget. Cheyenne Autumn Paget. Courtney Brianna Painter. Brendan Howell Palmer. Sean Bailey Parker. Deep J. Patel. Taylor Mackenzie Patterson. Bailey Adeline Payne. Isaiah Edward Payne. Tabitha May Payne. Bailey Elizabeth Penley. Rodolfo J. Perez.
Keaton Perry. Megan Ann Heshaw. Madeline Riley Poole. Tiffany Alyssa Porter. Olivia Sue Prather. Samantha Marion Prather. Summer Jace Prather. Taylor Renee Price. Ella Marie Prince. Wyatt Dalton Proudfoot. Erin Nicole Rambler. Charlene Alexis Roush. Emily Shane Bray. Eric Joel Ray. Jarrett Edward Ray. Hunter J. Raines. Madison Bailey Reese. Ireland Mackenzie Reynolds. Savannah Danielle Ruiz. Kayla Desiree Reynoso. Sierra Marie Rice. Ashley Marie Rickman. Candace Bailey Riddle. Evan Ellis Riddle. Aliana Marie Roberts. Kayla Brooke Roberts. Jeremiah Hunter Romsberg. Seth McCall Romine. Julie Ann Roper. Emily Jane Rumsey. Lily Mae Ryle. Marco Antonio Salto. Justine Eve Shadler. Amber Lee Scott. Autumn Lynn Scott. Chandler Elizabeth Siebold. Devin Kale Self. Mikhail Lewis Seiler. Caitlin Nicole Shipman. Caitlin Bell Chauffeur. Jaden Leanne Shope. Charles David Simmons II. Bryce Anthony Skillington. Adam Michael Smith. Corey Austin Benjamin Smith. Jacob David Smith. Tyler Michael Smith. Luis Javier Solario. Bailey Corinne Sutherland. Angel Pearl Spivey. Megan Grace Stansel. Allison Elizabeth Stevens. Allison Elizabeth Sullivan. Ashlyn Michelle Sutton. Henry Isaiah Sutton. Joni Alexis Sutton. Zachary Austin Swaim. Brooke Ann Swafford. Jacob Chastain Thompson. Madison Hallie Townsend. Nicolette Claire Tucker. Leonardo Valdivinos. Adriana Maria Vega. Brian Kendall Violet. London Mary Catherine Wall. Rebecca Cheyenne Washington. Anthony David Weaver. Hunter Dell Weldy. Tristan Michael Westcott. Brianna Elizabeth West. Bristol Olivia West. Vincent Taylor Whetstone. Brittany Elise Wigington. Claire Colleen Williams. Larkin David Wilson. Maya Leilani Waltz. Kendra Gail Young. Sabrina Leanne Young.
Thank you, Jacey. At this time, I would like to introduce the senior class treasurer, Miss Acacia Worley.
morning. The class song for the senior class of 2018 is I Found a Way by Drake. The song is significant to our class because each of us has overcome some sort of obstacle or struggle to get here today, yet we each found a way. We found a way to pass a class we never thought was possible. We found a way to learn to drive. We found a way to merge academics with clubs, sports, band, drama, jobs, and numerous other activities. And most importantly, we found a way to make lifelong friends. As the song indicates, we could not be here today without those who were there to pick us up when we were down. To all the parents, guardians, grandparents, and family here today, thank you for helping us find a way to get to school and all of our activities, for sticking through those events no matter the weather, and for finding a way to still love and support us through it all. To all our friends, teammates, and peers, thank you for helping us find a way to be a part of a group where we feel like we belong and can truly be ourselves. Lastly, to all the educators and administration, thank you for helping us find a way to get to this moment, for teaching us, coaching us, and guiding us through the last 13 years. As we each embark on our many different paths, we will continue to find ways to accomplish our dreams. Among us today may be a scientist who cures diabetes, a Tony Award winner, a welder who builds the bridges we drive on, a politician who gets laws passed that are relevant to today's society, an Olympic athlete, an educator who teaches the next generation, a nurse who cares for you or me, an artist who paints the next starry night, and hopefully even a veterinarian. As Drake Bell says, no one can break what is so unbreakable. We will find a way. Thank you.
Please welcome back to the podium the senior class president, Miss Jacey Moss.
Good morning. My name is Jacey Moss, as you've heard before now, and today I'm addressing you all as the president of the senior class of 2018. I want to start by saying thank you to all of the teachers that have helped get us to this day, because Lord knows we never would have made it without you. Every day we have walked through the doors of PHS and have been greeted with a good morning or simply with a smile. Before that, we walked through the doors of our respective middle and elementary schools and were greeted in the same way. Don't get me wrong, a lot of things have changed in the past 13 or so years, but one thing has remained the same. No matter what school we went to or what classroom we walked in on any particular day, our teachers were always there. Not only were they there, but their hearts were there too. Throughout my years, I have encountered teachers that have changed my life. Some have encouraged me by simply telling me to just breathe. Some have helped me when I needed it the most. Some have taught me more life lessons than they have their actual subject, and some have even become my friends. Teachers are not just people who walk into our lives and walk right back out. They come in and they never leave. The teachers I've had in my lifetime have made me want to become a teacher myself. During my senior year, I've had the opportunity to participate in the work-based learning program here at PHS. Through this program, I've been able to shadow two of what I consider to be the best third grade teachers in the entire world. These two women have taught me things about their career that I couldn't have learned in a textbook. They've not only let me shadow them, but they've also let me interact with kids as much as possible. They've let me conduct my own small group lessons and grade papers, and they've allowed me to meet a whole group of 8- and 9-year-olds that I now consider to be some of my best buds. While in Miss Gaddis and Miss Moss's classrooms, I have been able to give back to my kids the same way that my teachers gave back to me. It is the most rewarding thing in the entire world, and I could never imagine wanting to do anything different with my life. One particular week, I had some extra time with a group of my third graders. Because of the graciousness from my mentor teachers, I was allowed to come up with my own lesson to teach them for the very first time. I decided that throughout the week, I would teach them many lessons about having good character. We made posters and did activities that taught strong life lessons and promoted kindness and inclusion. The kids loved it, and I loved seeing them enacting what they learned during the week. When it got to be Friday, I was searching for a way to end my lesson with a big project. I decided that I was going to allow my third grade kids to write down pieces of life advice that they would want to give to a graduating senior. They had loved our lessons earlier in the week, and I was so excited to get their responses. The kids did so wonderful with this activity. In fact, they were so great that I promised them that I would share their advice with all of you today. They were so excited that their words were going to be shared with you. So, as promised, here are their pieces of advice, with no editing from me whatsoever. Number 1, always try to learn as much as you possibly can. Number 2, think about what you're going to say before you say it. Number 3, be nice, even when other people are mean. Number 4, respect everyone. And number 5, be yourself because everyone else is already taken. Yes, these words came from 3rd graders, and yes, I often think that they have more wisdom than I do. I am thankful and blessed to have been around these kids this year, and I love each and every one of them. I can't wait to see what they do with their lives. To my fellow graduates, I encourage you to take the advice from these kids to heart. I'm thankful and blessed to have gotten to know you and can't wait to see what you do with your lives as well. So from me, who is sometimes referred to as Miss Jacey or Jacey Penny or Jace or Jay-Z, to my 3rd graders, I wish you all the best of luck. There's a whole world waiting for us out there. Thank you. So at this time, will the class of 2018 please move their tassels from the right to the left?
At this time, I would like to invite the senior chorus members to come up front and join the rest of the chorus in the singing of our alma mater. Say that it is a blessing to have been given an opportunity to serve as your principal this year. As a product of our district and a staff member for the last 10 years, I have an enormous sense of pride as I stand before you today. This is an amazing venue that we are assembled in, and I'm honored to call this community, this district, and this school my home. As with any organization, I could not possibly do it without each day what I do without a great support system. I would normally like to recognize a lot of folks that I have written down here, but due to the weather, I think we're going to try to wrap this thing up. So I feel very fortunate we got this far. So class of 2018, congratulations, you have made it. I'm extremely proud. I'm extremely proud of each and every one of you. As I told you before we got out here today, you always be special as you're the first class that have graduated under my principalship. Go forth, pursue greatness, and follow your dreams. Jacey, the field is all yours.